We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Ginger Goat, it is the Peaches and Scream. And we got peach basil, maple syrup, hot sauce. And we've got some French verbiage here as well. Because this is from Canada. I did not know that. I did not know that this was from Canada. So I looked at these bottles on the shelf and I couldn't, here's part of the issue, right? I could not make out the name of the sauces for most of them because this, we're gonna talk about label design here real briefly. The contrast with this darker orange and the black is fine. The contrast with the black and the white is fine. The contrast with this white and light orange is not good. So we set it there, right? And it's gone. All you see is a stripe. So when this is on the shelf, this is about a foot away from the camera right now. So you can see we've got to get it up to within about 3 inches or so. So not great. That the volume stripe is awesome. This though, all they really have to do here is just get rid of that light orange. I don't know why that's there. It doesn't add anything, and it actually kind of detracts from the whole thing here. So let's take a look at what we have for the ingredients. Also, I don't like this. I don't like the ingredient panel sideways. That's just a me thing though. It is descriptive, which I do like, and that's a whole other grievance which you'll be able to find in other hot sauce videos, because I dislike that practice of trying to hide which peppers are and stuff. I find that really, really irritating. All right, so we got peaches, apple cider vinegar, chocolate scorpion peppers. To my mind, this is the first time I've ever had those. We have lemon juice, maple syrup, carrots, extra virgin olive oil, ginger, garlic, paprika, kosher salt, and spices. One of those spices, as you saw on the front, is basil. And another one, I think there's cumin in this. I really am getting that aspect out of this a lot. That there's just kind of some of those lighter, brighter flavors to this. And this is with the olive oil. I'm glad they did that because it can get kind of heavy in a hurry, but it's very creamy with the olive oil. This is a really cool sauce. What it is not, oddly, is very peach forward. Like peach only shows up very, very subtly, if at all. And so I was going through. I got some shawarma because I'm going to finish off that Dawson's shawarma hot sauce because I don't like it on wings, so I'm just going to have it on shawarma, which it's named after, and as far as I'm concerned is where it belongs. But I wasn't sure I had enough sauce in the bottle, so I busted this out and I said, I'm just going to try it. And this works quite well on shawarma, I will say. Then there's a lot of spices on that as well. So trying to find something that'll actually work with that is no easy task. It's actually very, very good on salads as well. It's a really fascinating sauce. I think lighter meats is the way to go with these. I think does it actually give us any thoughts as to where it would like to be? Heat, flavor, and fun. I would say so too. Canadian maple syrup. I mean, maple syrup is. I like when people play around with that. Do we have recommendations here? I don't think we do. Ginger will tend to make everything kind of light and bright and lively. Also, so I'm not quite sure what they had in mind for this. This one, I believe, was in a box or a crate of some kind from somebody, but I don't think it was actually on the Hot One show. Other their sauces have been, though, as well. So here we go. This very sort of almost a tan. I would say it's almost a tan. You can see some of the particles there. Very pretty sauce. This is my first ginger goat, and I will say I am quite impressed. And I think part of the reason I never got any of the other ones before was I looked at some and there was just onions in them, and I was like, oh well, maybe I'll just kind of put them on the back burner, check them every so often. Well, so that, I mean, you know, months turns into years, but I'm finally getting to it. So, but yeah, very nice sauce, and well, let's just get on into things, shall we? First thing I get is a blast of ginger. Very light, lively. There's an herbaceous quality to it as well. I don't know if there is cumin in this. I feel like there's a little bit of a back end of it, but I might be imagining that. Certainly it's very smooth. Got a little bit of garlic coming through here. Not so much peaches are almost like vaguely, just like a vague sweetness. Same with the maple syrup. That isn't reading very well either. Carrots, I think, give it a little bit of sweetness, but I think we give it more body here than anything else. Yeah, just a fascinating. There's nothing quite like this out there. Even though other sauces are using the name Peaches and Scream, this is certainly by itself. No question about that. Apple cider vinegar is not reading through either, thankfully. Very, very nice. Very light, very bright, very lively. Heat. So they gave it 3.5 on this, which would be 7. It's not a 7. The chocolate scorpions I do like a lot better, I think, than regular scorpions. At least here, I like how they are here. I have not experienced them enough to make that judgment, but I'm not getting a lot of the floral notes, the offensively floral notes, in fact, of the scorpions. Quite pleased about that. So let's try out some food. I guess more than I already have. I've done it on, you know, we're about halfway through the bottle. Right here we have, so I found this just kind of, it's cold enough now that I can turn on the oven and all that stuff. I found this Ancient Grains fish stick. So we got some of the amaranth and just different grains to make a fish batter, which I thought is just a wild idea. And I think this is from Gorton's. I think Gorton's is the one that makes this. And I thought, oh, that'd be really cool. I haven't had fish in quite a while, and that'd be fun to try. I think this sauce will pair, like I said, lighter meats. I think it does very well with. So we're just going to give it a whack on some fish. See how it is. But I don't mind. You know what? That Dawson's has got me on a train now. And I don't mind if I have this if I keep this just for shawarma, I wouldn't object. I love shawarma. I'm kicking myself for not going to that place more. You can check out the Dawson's video where I actually have some. I have an entire shawarma plate actually in the video. Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm excited about this. But this is another great sauce on shawarma. It's fine on like chicken as well. If I have enough left, I might do it in the Q1 2024 wing thing. I'm not planning on keeping it around for that, but if I happen to, I happen to. But let's give it a go here. Like all sauces with oils, I tend to like them a lot better warmer than I do colder. And that is absolutely the case with this. This sauce really opens up when you get it warm. It is a gem on fish sticks. This is quite good. These fish sticks themselves are honestly not bad. I thought this was Parmesan crusted. That probably would go with the basil pretty well, but I'm making that up. With the garlic and the basil, that would go. I think that would go really well. But this is just an ancient grain batter. It's quite good though. Thought I caught a wisp of steam there. I tried to time these as close as I could so I would be able to have some heat from the fish warm up the sauce. It's soaking in beautifully. I'm really getting kind of there's a vague fruitiness to it here I'm getting. Not specific to peaches though. It's wild to me that peaches are the first ingredient. And should constitute the majority of the sauce. And the chocolate scorpions being the third ingredient. And I don't get a lot of either flavor here actually. Nor of the apple cider vinegar. Which means that we probably have some cancellation for the lemon juice with the peaches and possibly with the scorpions. The maple syrup doesn't really come through either. I think this is kind of a sum is greater than the whole of its parts kind of deal. But it is fantastic. I wonder if there's any curry spice in there. There might be a little bit of that. There's a couple of spices I can't quite pick out. Yeah. Somebody didn't clean that fish very well. Whoever was on the machine that day. Sleeping at the wheel, guy. Or girl. Whoever it was. I've had worse. That's why I don't get fish sticks super often, though. I think part of the other issue with this is that it takes a lot of agitation, and oil, I find in most sauces, will interfere with that a little bit. So when I first had this, it was somewhat of a different flavor. Like it's developed as I've gotten further into the bottle. My assumption being because I can actually agitate it more, which wouldn't be the first time that's happened, but different grace notes, I guess. You know, a more developed flavor, a little bit richer. Very nice though. I've not had a bad moment at all with this sauce. And of course, I mean, probably for yourselves, you know, that's something you can't say with every sauce. So, yeah, very, very strong debut. I don't think I would. So this has got, I think, enough flavors that would contrast. I would not attempt it on something like pizza, or probably nothing heavy or creamy either, or probably nothing too rich, you know, like a burger or something like that. But I think as long as you kind of keep it to the lighter colored meats in particular, like I said, I use it as a salad dressing because there's a little salad that comes with that shawarma. It was great there. It was great on the rice. It was great on the chicken. Very, very well-rounded sauce as far as that goes. And there's not a lot of sauces I would necessarily try to put on all three of those things. So credit where it's due there for sure. They concocted a definite gem here. Even though it is certainly not what you expect. If you're just expecting like a peach, you know, peach fruit-based hot, sweet hot, it's not that. You'll probably be disappointed then. But as it definitely is not quite in that arena, despite starting with peaches. This is more of a composite sauce, very bright, very lively, nice depth to it from the olive oil in there and the carrots. Just a really good all-around, well-rounded sauce where it fits, for sure. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'm super impressed with Ginger Goat, and I'm definitely glad I found something to give them a try with. Absolutely. So, but there it is, the Ginger Goat Peaches and Scream Hot Sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.